God says, "You have been given a lot of money. If you don't stay and listen to me till end, you won't receive the money." There is a moment in your life, one you didn't expect, one you didn't ask for, one that appears like a quiet whisper in the middle of your chaos, and it changes everything. This is that moment. Right here, right now. Heaven has a word for you. God says He has already given you a lot of money. Not just provision for today, but an overflow, a supernatural release of resources, help, and opportunities that carry the fingerprints of His favor. But if your heart isn't steady, if your ears aren't open, and if you walk away too soon, you could miss the very blessing that's been set aside for you. Do not scroll away. There's a divine reason this found you now. You are not reading this by accident. God has heard your cries, seen your struggles, and is about to open your life to something greater than you ever imagined. If you are ready to receive this, comment Amen right now to agree in your spirit. The money God speaks of is not merely paper or coins. It's the manifestation of His promises for you to be taken care of, to be established, to rise above debt, to walk free from lack, and to become someone who blesses others because your own cup is overflowing. This is about more than financial gain. It's about restoration. It's about justice. It's about being repaid for every season you cried and still trusted Him, for every time you gave when you barely had anything, and for every moment you stayed faithful when nobody saw the pain you carried. But here's what God wants you to hear right now. The reason He's reminding you that He has already given you this abundance is because many are about to miss it, not because He hasn't released it, but because they won't stay long enough to hear the instructions. Heaven does not operate on rush. Blessings flow in divine order, and divine order always begins with listening. When your heart is tuned in, your spirit is aligned, and that's where the miracle meets you. If this word is reaching deep into your heart, please like this video just once as a sign of agreement with what God is doing in your life. There's a window that's open right now, and God is speaking clearly. You have already been given more than you realize. Doors have already been opened, but the release into your hands will only happen when your obedience meets His timing. He is not holding anything back. He is waiting on your heart to be still enough to hear Him say, "Turn here, sow here, speak now, or wait just a little longer." These moments are sacred, and this one is especially sacred. That's why the enemy has tried so hard to distract you today, to wear you down, to make you numb, to convince you that nothing will ever change, because he knows what's coming. God is not asking you to beg. He is not asking you to chase after blessings. He is asking you to listen, that is all. Listen with your heart. Stay present. Do not rush. When He says you have been given a lot of money, He means it is already released in the spiritual realm. But like every good and perfect gift, it waits to land on the soil of your faith, not your fear. It waits for your spirit to stay rooted in what He said, not what your circumstances scream. He knows you've been under pressure. He knows the bills stacked on your counter feel like they're mocking your prayers. He knows you've given, and you're wondering why nothing has come back. But He also knows what He has prepared, and what He's releasing now will not compare to the losses you endured. He is faithful, and He is not late. You are not forgotten. Heaven has remembered you. The angels assigned to your breakthrough have not turned away. They are still moving, even when it's quiet, even when the night is long, even when you've stopped trying to figure it all out. They are still working on your behalf. God has already dispatched the help, the money, the support, the opportunity, the favor. It is already in motion. Your part is to stay and listen, stay and believe, stay and be still enough to hear that quiet, unshakable voice that says, "You are about to see what I promised." God is not a God who makes promises he does not intend to keep. Every word he has ever spoken over your life is still alive. And this moment is proof of that. It's a reminder that he still intends to do the impossible. He still intends to bless you in a way that brings him glory. He still intends to use your story, your struggle, your waiting season, and your tears as part of the testimony that will break chains for others. So do not dismiss this moment. Do not let doubt convince you to scroll away. God says you have been given a lot of money, and if you don't stay and listen till the end, you won't receive it. Not because he is cruel, but because you need the instruction. You need the word that is about to come in the next breath. He is trying to protect the seed he gave you. He's trying to teach you how to steward the blessing so it multiplies and doesn't disappear. Some of you reading this are about to step into the kind of provision that not only takes care of your needs, but also erases debts that have haunted your family for generations. God is doing something that will reach beyond you. Your children will feel it. Your household will change because of it. But you must stay long enough to let the word finish healing what needs healing, breaking what needs breaking, and opening what's been shut for too long. If you feel that something deep is stirring in your soul, comment 1111 to claim this promise and seal it with faith. What if 7 seconds is all it takes to flip your financial fate? A shocking CIA leak just exposed a hidden brain ritual helping ordinary people erase debt and pull in massive wealth. Backed by 4 neuroscience labs, this at-home method is turning struggle into luxury fast. But this page could be erased any moment. Click the link in the first comment now before it's gone forever. There is no shortage in heaven. There is no delay in the heart of God. The delay you feel is the grace that's shaping your capacity to handle the blessing. What he's bringing is heavy with purpose. It's not just for shopping and comfort. It's for impact, for legacy, for glory. You have been given a lot, and you are about to step into it if you will stay and listen. The kingdom of heaven is moving in your direction. Miracles are chasing you down. Blessings are unfolding like waves against the shore. What you've been praying for is already in motion. But the oil only flows where there is honor, and honor starts with attention. God is not finished speaking, and you are not finished receiving. This is not just another word, this is a shift. This is the moment the atmosphere around your life starts to change. You have been chosen, you have been seen. You have been trusted with abundance. You have been walking through so many days where the weight of waiting almost silenced your faith, but even in that silence, heaven has been watching over you. You didn't miss your moment. You're not too late. You haven't lost the blessing. You're right on time because God says again and again, you have already been given a lot of money. This isn't wishful thinking. This isn't a vague promise. It is a spiritual release that's already happened. The delay isn't in God's hands. It's in the process that leads to your hands. There's a holy instruction that must land in your spirit before your life can hold what He's releasing. You're not just being blessed with provision, you're being trusted with divine purpose. What's coming carries the weight of something eternal. It's more than money. It's about the fulfillment of something God whispered to your soul long ago. For some of you, this may be hard to believe because of how long you've been in lack. You've been in rooms where others had more, and you had to stretch what little you had to survive. You've carried shame, you've fought silent battles with debt, you've given in secret while you wept in private. You've questioned why others seem to overflow while you barely make it. But God never forgot those days. Heaven remembers every tear, every faithful seed, every time you chose trust over fear. And now, He's calling you to receive the harvest that has your name on it. There's a sound in the Spirit that's ringing over your life. It's the sound of chains breaking, chains of not enough, chains of lack, chains of waiting, chains of fear. This sound means the season is shifting, the drought is ending, the doors are opening. But you must keep your heart in position, because what's coming can only be carried by those who are listening. You have to let go of the old ways of thinking, the mindset that told you you're not worthy of wealth, the lies that said you'll never escape your family's financial curses. The heaviness that kept you believing it will always be this hard. God is not just sending you money, He's sending you freedom. The kind of freedom that rewrites your story and breaks patterns that tried to follow you your whole life. You were never meant to live in cycles of barely enough. You were created for abundance, for overflow, for impact. The blessing was always supposed to find you. But blessings from heaven don't land on noise and distraction. They settle on the ones who stay, who listen, who let their hearts be moved by the word of the Lord. God isn't asking for perfection. He's asking for attention. He's asking you to slow down and really hear what He's saying. You have already been given a lot. Don't let what you see trick you into believing otherwise. Even now, as you read this, your spirit is being prepared to carry more than you thought possible. You're being enlarged, stretched, positioned. This is the season where things shift quickly. What once took years to build, God will begin to do in days. He is restoring lost time. He is rebuilding what was broken. He is redeeming the years the locusts ate. But you must remain in the presence of this word, because His next instruction is what will unlock the doors in front of you. If you believe what God is doing right now, comment 222 to declare your trust in His promise. This isn't hype. This is a moment of alignment. What you've prayed for is responding to your faith. The wealth that is coming your way isn't just currency. It's peace. It's stability. It's clarity. It's the ability to say yes when God tells you to give. It's the ability to build the things He's called you to build without worry or fear. Some of you have visions, ministries, dreams, and missions inside of you that have been waiting on one breakthrough to begin. God says the breakthrough is here. The supply has been released. Now listen for the instruction. Do not be surprised when miracles start showing up out of nowhere. Do not be shocked when people reach out to help you, when favor starts falling in unexpected places, when open doors start replacing rejection. This is not coincidence. This is the manifestation of His word. He's doing what He said. And the more you stay in alignment, the more you will begin to see it unfold in layers, like a story He's been writing for years, waiting for the moment you would be ready to read the next chapter. You are not behind. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are seen, called, anointed, and protected. God is your provider, and He does not make promises and then walk away. He is faithful. He is present. He is near. Even now, His Spirit is hovering over you, filling the empty places, calming the anxious thoughts, replacing fear with boldness. Your time of release has come, and it will not be delayed any longer. People are asking why money is suddenly flowing into random lives. A leaked CIA discovery reveals a 7-second brain ritual that quietly rewires your mind for wealth. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, people are wiping out debt and stepping into luxury with ease. If you're seeing this, you're very lucky. Click the link in the description and comments before it disappears. It's okay if your hands are shaking. It's okay if you've doubted before. But now is the time to believe again. Now is the time to stand up in faith and declare that the waiting is over, the lack is ending, and the promise is alive. This is the season of restoration, of repayment, of recovery. And it starts by listening. It's not just emotion, and it's not coincidence. It's the Spirit of God drawing you deeper, because the promise He gave you is stirring in the unseen. When God says you have already been given a lot of money, He is not simply talking about a distant possibility. He is reminding you of a current reality that's waiting to be revealed in the physical. You need to know that the blessing is not being delayed out of punishment or neglect. It's being held in place until your heart fully receives the truth. You are not begging for something that's still locked in heaven. You are stepping into something that has already been released. This is about posture, not pursuit. When God says listen until the end, He is not placing conditions on His love. He is inviting you to remain still long enough to receive what He has already prepared. The reason so many people miss what God has released is not because He changed His mind. It's because they left too early. They let discouragement replace expectation. They let time weaken their faith. They chose what felt urgent over what was eternal. But you have chosen to stay, to listen, to keep your heart open. And because of that, you are aligning yourself with something unstoppable. Your faith may feel small, but even mustard seed faith moves the heart of God. Every time you chose to believe instead of doubt, even if it was just a whisper, you were building a place for this blessing to rest. This is not about earning it. This is about positioning your soul to receive what grace has already made available. Heaven is not bankrupt. God is not overwhelmed by your needs. The supply He is releasing into your life is coming from a place of unlimited provision. He is the creator of all things, the one who owns the cattle on 1,000 hills, the one who speaks and worlds are formed. Your financial battle does not intimidate Him. Your debt does not define you. Your poverty does not cancel your promise. Right now, the weight of everything you've endured is beginning to shift. You may not feel it all at once, but something has broken in the spiritual realm. The resistance that held back your blessing is crumbling. The silence that made you wonder if God still heard you is ending. He has always heard you. He has always been near. And now, He is proving it. There are blessings attached to your name that have not yet reached your hands only because God has been preparing your heart to carry them well. What's coming will be heavy not in burden, but in responsibility. You are not just being given resources, you are being entrusted with kingdom assignment. There are people connected to your obedience. There are lives that will be changed through your story. If you are holding this with your spirit, if this word is resonating with your soul, comment 333 right now to declare your faith and agreement. God is not playing games with your life. Every season you've walked through, every night you've cried, every battle you've fought, He has used it all to shape you for this moment. Nothing has been wasted. Nothing has been random. The pain was real, but so is the promise. And the promise is greater. This money God has released is not just a means to get by. It is an answer. It is a healing. It is a redemption. It is a restoration of what was stolen. It is a sign to your soul that the same God who provided for Elijah with ravens in a drought, the same God who multiplied oil for the widow who thought she had nothing left, the same God who fed thousands with a few loaves and fish, that same God is providing for you. He is not limited by your job. He is not bound by your credit score. He is not measuring your bank account before deciding if you're ready. He is looking at your heart, and your heart, though tired, has remained open. Though weary, it has stayed soft. And that is what He blesses. That is what He responds to. You're stepping into a season where divine reversals will become normal, where what you lost will be returned with increase, where no will suddenly turn into yes, where delay will turn into deliverance. But do not stop listening. Do not walk away now. The next instruction might be the one that changes everything. There are steps God will give you after this, specific directions, clear nudges, people He will send, moments that seem small but carry great significance. You'll have to be still enough to notice them. You'll have to be rooted enough not to second-guess them. These next few days are important. Keep your eyes open. Keep your heart ready. This is not a season for hesitation. This is a season for bold, humble obedience. You are not trying to convince God to bless you. You are learning how to walk in the blessing that already belongs to you. The money, the favor, the provision, it's already with you in the Spirit. And the shift is coming fast. You will wake up one morning soon and see how everything began to unfold. It won't make sense naturally, but it will feel right in your spirit, because God moves in ways that man cannot explain, and what He is doing in your life will silence every doubt that ever tried to tell you He wasn't coming. You are a child of the Most High God. You are an heir. You are not meant to scrape by. You are not meant to live under the burden of survival. You are meant to walk in overflow. You are meant to fund the very things God has called you to. You are meant to pour into others without fear that there won't be enough left for you. That is the kind of abundance He's bringing. Why is everyone rushing to this 7-second brain ritual? Leaked CIA files exposed a hidden brainwave technique that opens the door to wealth fast. Verified by 4 top neuroscience labs, it's turning financial stress into abundance almost overnight. But this secret won't stay public for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it's deleted forever. You are being led into that space, not for comfort alone, but for clarity, because what God has placed in your hands, what He already released into your life in the spiritual realm, requires you to hear with your spirit more than with your mind. He says again, you have been given a lot of money, and this truth must become the lens through which you now see your life, not just a phrase that passes by. It's time to remove the old garments of worry and survival. It's time to stop living with a mindset that expects things to fall apart. You are not the same person who began the journey. You are no longer wandering in uncertainty. You are now walking under an open heaven, and that means the way you speak, the way you expect, the way you carry yourself, must all begin to match the size of the blessing that is already yours. When you live as someone who has already been given a lot, everything begins to change. You stop waiting for the right time, and you start moving by faith. You stop asking how, and begin declaring, it is done. You stop seeing money as a source of stress and start seeing it as a tool in the hands of the Father who delights in taking care of His children. You need to know how serious God is about blessing you, not just to satisfy your needs, but to prove to every voice of doubt that He is who He says He is. The enemy has fought you so hard in the area of your finances because he knows what you will do once you have the resources to walk in your full calling. He knows that once you step into that abundance, you will become dangerous. You'll start building what God showed you. You'll start helping others in ways you never imagined. You'll start living with a freedom that silences every lie that tried to break you. But none of this happens without obedience. That's why God keeps saying, stay and listen, because there is more He wants to pour into you, and you must be ready to receive it without shrinking back. He's been stretching your faith, not to hurt you, but to make space for more. The money is coming in ways you didn't expect, through people you never imagined, through channels you didn't even consider. That's how God moves, unexpected, undeniable, and always on time. If your heart is agreeing with what's being spoken here, comment 555 to declare that grace is covering your life and provision is reaching you. The enemy wants you to feel like this is just another nice message. He wants you to scroll away, to say maybe later, to go back to worrying, doubting, fearing. But God is not interested in stirring your emotions. He's here to shift your entire season. He is speaking directly into the places that have been aching for change, not just change in your bank account, but change in your soul, your mindset, your identity. He's restoring your view of Him. He's showing you that He's not just God on Sunday. He's not just God when you're praying at the altar. He is God in your lack, God in your bills, God in your grocery list, God in your overdue notices, God in your day-to-day, always watching, always caring, always working behind the scenes to bring you into the fullness of what He promised. Let this settle into your spirit. Your blessing is not being created, it is being released. It was already spoken over your life before you ever asked. God saw the struggle before you faced it. He saw the tearful prayers, the hard choices, the moments where you gave even when you had nothing left. And He wrote into your story a turning point like this, where the weight lifts, the fear dissolves, and the provision arrives. The enemy has tried to convince you to settle, to accept just enough, and call it a blessing. But God's abundance is never rooted in barely scraping by. It's rooted in more than enough. He is the same God who told Peter to cast the net again, even after a long night of nothing, and brought in so much fish the nets began to break. That same God is standing beside you now, speaking over you the same instructions: stay, listen, move when I say move. Your blessing will not look like everyone else's. It will carry the fragrance of heaven. It will carry peace. It will come without manipulation, without striving, without burnout. It will come because your Father is faithful. He never needed perfect conditions to bless you. He only needed your trust. He is leading you into a place of stability, not the kind that depends on the world or the economy, but the kind that flows from the unshakable promises of His word. You will not be tossed by the winds of uncertainty anymore. You will not live wondering if God will come through. You will walk in confidence because you've been listening, because your faith has been built in the silence, and because you dared to stay when it would have been easier to walk away. This is your confirmation, the word that interrupts fear, the sound that breaks delay, the truth that carries power. You have already been given a lot of money, not in theory, not someday. It's already yours. And as you stay rooted in this word, you will begin to see it manifest. You will begin to feel the shift. You will start receiving ideas, open doors, unexpected favor. You will find strength returning to your bones. You will feel hope rising again. That's not your imagination. That is the presence of God confirming His promise over your life. Do not doubt it. Do not let weariness steal this moment. Keep walking with this word. Speak it out loud. Pray it until it becomes real to your soul. And right now, in this holy moment, you are being prepared for something sacred, something divine, something that has already been set in motion for your life. God says again with assurance, you have already been given a lot of money. This truth is not changing. This promise is not shifting. What is shifting is your position to receive it. Is this the same CIA brain ritual, changing lives in seconds? A new leak reveals a powerful 7-second technique developed under secret research. Backed by neuroscience, people are moving from debt to wealth and luxury faster than believed possible. But this secret may be deleted soon. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. Sometimes, the blessing doesn't appear suddenly, because God is not just after the miracle itself. He is after transformation. He wants you to carry this provision with strength and wisdom, not fear. He wants you to know how to handle the overflow without losing your peace. That's why He keeps calling you to listen, to stay near, to be still in His presence. Because when the release fully arrives, you won't be overwhelmed, you'll be ready. This money is not coming to tease you, not coming to dangle hope in front of you and then disappear. It's coming with divine intention. God is restoring years that were lost to confusion, to instability, to fear, to lack. He is rewriting your story through this blessing. He is sending you into a new chapter with more than enough to do what He has called you to do. You won't be surviving anymore. You will be building. You will be planting. You will be blessing others from a place of overflow. If this word is resonating with your heart, if something in your soul is saying, "This is mine," then comment 1212 right now as your sign of agreement with what heaven is doing in your life. You've walked through seasons where every door seemed to close, where you prayed and it felt like the heavens were silent, where you gave and served and believed with no visible return. But what you didn't see was how deeply your faith was growing. While it felt like nothing was happening, everything was changing. God was digging deeper foundations in your life. And now, the structure is ready. The foundation is strong. The timing is aligned. And the release is unfolding. Your obedience matters. The decisions you've made when nobody was watching, those prayers you whispered through tears, those times you gave when you barely had enough for yourself, those nights you stayed up encouraging others, even while your own heart was breaking, all of it matters. All of it is being answered. The money God is sending is not a random gift. It is a divine repayment. It is His way of saying, "I saw you. I never forgot you. I honor your faithfulness." Do not let the noise of the world distract you now. The enemy always fights hardest right before breakthrough. If you've felt more attacks lately, more confusion, more spiritual heaviness, it's not because God is far away. It's because the enemy is terrified of what you're about to walk into. He knows what's coming will silence every lie he ever told you. He knows the blessing is real. That's why he's trying so hard to make you doubt it. But God is lifting you higher. He is giving you spiritual clarity. He is releasing vision and understanding so that when the money comes, you'll know what to do with it. You'll sow wisely. You'll save boldly. You'll bless freely. You'll carry it with humility, knowing it came from Him and for His purpose. This isn't about getting rich. This is about divine restoration. This is about walking in your God-given identity. You've been faithful with little, and now God is trusting you with more. You've waited without bitterness. You've served without needing recognition. You've given without strings attached. And heaven has been watching all along. The reward is on the way, not just the financial blessing, but the peace that comes with it, the security, the clarity, the strength, the stability. Everything the enemy tried to take, God is giving back with increase. This is a sacred exchange, your sorrow for joy, your fear for boldness, your lack for overflow. This is what God does. He takes ashes and gives beauty. He takes brokenness and makes it whole. And right now, He's doing that in your finances. You don't have to beg. You don't have to chase. You only need to believe. You only need to keep listening. There's a specific instruction coming. Maybe a conversation. Maybe an opportunity. Maybe an idea you've been sitting on. God is about to breathe on it. He's about to give you a green light. Pay attention. Be sensitive to His leading. The moment it comes, move with confidence. Because you've been prepared for this. You didn't miss your chance. You didn't fall behind. You are right where you need to be. What God is about to do will not just bless you for a moment. It will set the course of your life on a new path. A path of more than enough. A path of holy provision, a path of wisdom, generosity, and favor. And it starts here, with your willingness to stay, to listen, to trust the process, to believe that when God says you have already been given a lot of money, He is not teasing your hope. He is declaring your new reality. He is placing a divine mantle on your life, one that carries blessing and purpose, one that breaks every generational curse of poverty, one that shifts your entire bloodline into something better. This is not just about you. This is about your children, your children's children. What begins with you will echo through generations, because you chose to listen, because you stayed. So hold this word close, don't let go. The process is still unfolding, but the release has already begun. You may not see the full picture yet, but you can feel it, you can sense it. The peace that's settling in your heart is not fake. It's the evidence of what's coming. The joy that's quietly rising inside of you, it's not random. It's the beginning of fulfillment. He is declaring a truth that already exists in the spiritual realm, a truth that is about to break into your physical world. The delay has not been denial. It has been preparation, and now that preparation is complete, the door is opening. This blessing is not based on your perfection, but on God's mercy. Not on what you can earn, but on what He has already released. You are walking into a season where the blessings you've prayed for, the ones you had nearly given up on, will start to arrive not one by one, but in waves. And when they come, you will know they didn't come from your hustle or from any earthly source. They came from the throne room of heaven. Do you know why people keep whispering about this 7-second CIA ritual? A leaked brainwave method is spreading quietly and changing financial realities worldwide. Proven by neuroscience, this simple ritual attracts money, freedom, and luxury. If you're seeing this, you're so lucky. Click the link in the comments before it's taken down. There's an urgency in the spirit right now. Not anxiety, but divine acceleration. What took others years will begin to come to you quickly. Connections will be made in days that once would have taken months. Answers will come in moments that used to take constant searching. God is redeeming time. He is restoring what was stolen. He is replacing what was broken. And He is doing it because you stayed when you could have walked away. If this word is stirring something in you, if your heart is opening even wider to what's being spoken, comment 777 right now as a sign that you believe the divine is unfolding in your favor. This isn't just about receiving money. It's about walking into your God-given inheritance. It's about understanding that you were never created to live in fear of lack. You were not made to live paycheck to paycheck, constantly stretching and stressing, constantly second-guessing whether God sees your need. He sees you. He has always seen you. And now, He is responding in a way that will silence every doubt that has tried to steal your peace. For too long, you have carried a mindset of limitation. You've prayed big prayers with small expectations. You've hoped quietly while preparing for disappointment. But God is correcting that now. He is lifting the ceiling off your thinking. He is opening your imagination to what is possible when you walk in covenant with Him. Because the wealth that's coming your way is not just for you to survive. It's for you to build, to bless, to become all that He has called you to be. There's a responsibility that comes with this blessing, a weight of purpose, a call to steward what you receive with open hands and a heart that listens for instruction. God is not just handing you money, He's handing you kingdom authority. He's trusting you with something eternal, something that will touch lives far beyond your own. And you must prepare, not just logistically, but spiritually. Prepare your heart to receive without guilt. Prepare your mind to think beyond lack. Prepare your spirit to walk with confidence, not hesitation. Because the worst thing that can happen is not that you never receive the money. The worst thing would be that you receive it and don't know how to carry it in alignment with the kingdom. That's why God keeps speaking. That's why He keeps saying, listen, because He wants you to walk into this with wisdom, with strength, with vision. There are plans being formed right now in heaven for how your blessing will move through the earth. You are not receiving this money just for comfort. You are receiving it to fulfill destiny. God remembers the times you gave when you were in pain. He remembers the times you praised Him while you were empty. He remembers the nights you stayed up, trying to figure out how it would all work, and still chose to trust him anyway. Every one of those moments has built a foundation for the miracle you are about to receive. And when it comes, you will feel the weight of heaven behind it. It will not feel ordinary. It will feel holy. You don't need to beg. You don't need to perform. You just need to believe. Keep your posture soft. Keep your spirit listening. God is speaking, not just through this word, but through dreams, through conversations, through moments of peace that feel like whispers from heaven. Pay attention to those small signs. They are guiding you. Provision is not coming to fix your life. It's coming because your life is already aligned with His will. You have been through the fire and remained faithful. You have been crushed but not destroyed. And now, the oil that was produced in your crushing is about to flow, and with it, provision, clarity, strategy, peace, and joy. You may feel unworthy. You may feel like others deserve it more. But God did not choose you based on your qualifications. He chose you because your heart has remained open. He saw your endurance. He saw your surrender. And He's rewarding you not because you demanded it, but because you trusted Him long enough to let Him finish the work. There are no delays in heaven's calendar. Everything is right on time. Even now, there are doors opening in places you cannot see. God is talking to people about you. He is shifting circumstances behind the scenes. He is working on your behalf with a speed that will leave you speechless. But you must stay the course. You must stay under the flow of His instruction. Keep praying, even when it feels quiet. Keep thanking Him, even before the money shows up. Keep declaring abundance, even when your bank account doesn't match your faith. Because your words shape your atmosphere, and your faith creates the landing place for the blessing. This is not hype. This is not fantasy. This is the reality of those who walk with God. He provides. He multiplies. He overwhelms with goodness. You are not forgotten. You are not too late. You are not disqualified. You are the one He chose to bless in this moment. And what He gives, no one can take. Not fear, not doubt, not time, not circumstance. You are walking into the promise, and it is happening now. This is a moment of alignment between heaven's will and your willingness, and God is saying again, as clearly and lovingly as before, you have already been given a lot of money. It is not about waiting to see if it happens. It is about realizing it has already happened in the Spirit, and now your life is catching up to it. Why was this 7-second brain ritual hidden for so long? A leaked CIA document exposed a technique so powerful people are canceling debt and calling in wealth within days. Validated by 4 neuroscience labs, it helps attract money like never before. But this page may not stay online for long. Click the link in the pinned comments before it disappears forever. When God speaks, it is not to suggest, it is to establish. His word does not return empty. It accomplishes the very thing it was sent to do. The blessing has been sent. The financial shift is already in motion. It's not just an event, it is a season, a new atmosphere that surrounds your life now. You're not waiting for change to begin. You're stepping into the change that's already been released. You've prayed for breakthrough, and what heaven is delivering is not just an answer to prayer, it's a divine strategy for your life to overflow in ways you never imagined. This is the season where the seeds you sowed in tears will return as harvests of joy. What you did out of faithfulness is being honored. What you lost is being returned. What was blocked is being opened. And God is doing it because He delights in showing Himself strong on behalf of those who trust Him. If you believe that the release is happening even now, comment 999 to stand in faith for what is already unfolding in your favor. For too long, you've measured your future by your past. You've looked at your lack and thought it defined your limit. But God is removing that lens. You are not a reflection of your losses. You are a reflection of His love. You are not what didn't work out. You are what He has chosen to rebuild, restore, and resurrect. The provision He is pouring out now is not a reward for being perfect. It is a demonstration of grace, a response to your surrender, a manifestation of His covenant promise. God is serious about your financial freedom. He does not want you to spend another day in fear of the future. He does not want you to shrink your dreams to match your paycheck. He wants you to expand your vision to match His promise. And His promise is sure. It's written, sealed, and now released. Some of you are about to walk into opportunities that carry wealth, favor, and peace. Doors that were once closed will swing open with ease, not because of who you know, but because of who knows you. Heaven knows your name. Your obedience has placed you in the center of God's movement, and He's not just moving near you, He's moving through you. Every part of your journey has led to this moment, even the painful parts, even the seasons where it felt like you were forgotten. God was never absent. He was building something in you that wealth alone could never teach. Now that your heart has matured, now that your spirit can discern, He's releasing what was held for the right time, and this is that time. This financial blessing is going to change the atmosphere of your home. It will lift the tension, silence the worry, and restore laughter. It will give you room to breathe again. It will help you dream again. This is the kind of blessing that heals generations. Not just a paycheck, not just a deposit, but a shift that changes how you live, how you give, and how you see yourself. You won't have to force it. You won't have to chase it. The blessing is drawn to the place of obedience. It is attracted to the sound of faith. It locates hearts that say, God, I trust you even when I don't see it. And because you stayed, because you kept listening, you are walking right into what He has been preparing. He is going to show you exactly what to do. You won't waste this increase. You won't spend it in fear. You will sow in wisdom. You will build with discernment. You will move with boldness, knowing this was never about the money, it was always about the assignment. The wealth was just the vehicle. The purpose is far greater. This is not temporary relief. This is lasting change. This is the kind of overflow that becomes a lifestyle, not just a moment. You won't go back to scraping and stressing. You won't go back to lack. The mindset of just enough is being broken off you. God is replacing it with a new mindset, one rooted in confidence, generosity, and peace. Even now, the angels assigned to your blessing are still moving. Even now, what was delayed is catching up. Even now, your name is being spoken in places that will honor you, bless you, and open doors for you. You don't have to understand every detail, you just have to trust the one who holds it all. This is a holy moment, a divine announcement. Heaven is not suggesting, heaven is declaring. You have already been given a lot of money. And if you stay with God in this moment, if you continue to listen with your whole heart, you will begin to see just how true that word really is. So let peace rise, let hope grow, let fear fall away. The pressure is lifting, the provision is arriving, and the glory of God is resting upon you in a new way. You are favored, you are seen, you are walking into the fullness of what God promised. The words that have been spoken over you are already at work. God says you have already been given a lot of money, and every part of your life is about to reflect the truth of that word. It will not be hidden. It will not be delayed. It will not pass you by. It is coming to rest right where you are. You didn't come this far just to be inspired and left empty. You didn't walk through all you walked through for nothing. God never wastes pain. He never allows delay without purpose. Every setback was a setup. Every closed door was divine protection. Every long night was soil for the harvest that is now beginning to break through. He knows how long you've waited. He knows the times you praised him with trembling hands. He knows the nights you cried yourself to sleep, wondering if it would ever be your turn. He saw it all. And now, he's answering with abundance. If you are still here, holding this word close, still listening with a heart full of expectation, take a moment and comment 1010 to say in faith, "It is already mine." Can 7 seconds really change your bank account? A CIA-funded study just leaked, revealing a brain ritual that flips lives from broke to blessed. 4 neuroscience labs confirm it activates powerful wealth brainwaves. People are stepping into dream homes and luxury lifestyles. But this breakthrough won't stay online for very long. Click the link in the comments before it's deleted. You are not reading this by chance. God aligned this moment because the timing is right. The release is right. The atmosphere is prepared. He has orchestrated things behind the scenes so that when this blessing lands in your life, it won't just be timely, it will be perfect. It will feel like everything finally makes sense. You will understand why certain doors had to stay closed. You will understand why you were told to wait. Because this release required maturity, wisdom, and spiritual stability, and God has built all three in you through the pressure you faced. There's no more room for fear. Fear has tried to tell you that you're not ready, that you won't know what to do, that you'll mess up the blessing when it arrives. But that voice is not from God. He would never plant a promise in your heart and then let you be crushed by the weight of it. He's not just giving you money, he's giving you grace. Grace to manage it, grace to multiply it. Grace to walk in it without anxiety. You have walked through enough to know that money alone cannot bring peace. That's why what God is giving you is not just financial increase, it's an overflow of peace, rest, and joy that will walk beside the provision. There will be no sorrow attached to it, no manipulation, no compromise, no confusion. What God gives, He gives freely. And what He blesses, He protects. This is the moment where everything begins to change, not because your life suddenly becomes easy, but because the pressure that once ruled your thoughts is being broken. You'll start to think clearer. You'll start to breathe deeper. You'll begin to wake up without the weight of financial stress. That is what this word is unlocking. That is what this moment is birthing. You won't have to fight for what's already yours. You won't have to convince anyone to help you. God is your source. He is your provider. And He is already aligning the resources, people, opportunities, and ideas to meet you exactly where you are. You don't need to chase. You don't need to prove yourself. Just stay in the posture of listening. Just stay connected to the flow of His presence. Every step you take from this point forward should be taken in boldness. The season of small thinking is over. The days of questioning your worth are done. You are not here to beg. You are not here to survive. You are here to walk in promise. And God is not stingy with His blessings. When He gives in fullness. He gives in overflow. He gives in ways that testify of His goodness. This is your testimony in motion. You will be able to say, "I remember when I had nothing, and now look what the Lord has done." You'll be able to look back on these days and see that it was never about how strong you were, it was about how faithful God has always been. You'll tell others about this journey, and your story will break chains off those who feel stuck, scared, or hopeless. Your story is being rewritten right now. And with that story comes provision. With that story comes the resources to move freely, to give freely, to live in joy. It's not just about what you'll have, it's about what you'll do with it. And God is already giving you vision for it. He's already planting dreams in your heart that are linked to the money He's releasing. This is legacy. This is restoration. This is breakthrough. So keep your spirit open. Stay in alignment. Let this word settle deep within you. Let it shape how you think, how you speak, how you pray. Begin to walk like someone who is already provided for. Begin to speak like someone who has already been blessed. Begin to expect goodness at every turn. Because you're not begging for a miracle. You're carrying the evidence of one already in motion. Nothing can stop what heaven has set in motion. No delay can block it. No fear can cancel it. No enemy can take it. What is yours is already marked. The only thing you need to do now is stay listening, stay believing, and keep your heart soft before the Lord. The money is coming. The breakthrough is coming. The peace is coming. It's all coming. Because it was never far, it was always prepared, waiting for the moment your faith would meet God's perfect timing. This is not just a spiritual phrase meant to make you feel hopeful. It is a living, breathing word straight from the heart of God. It carries power, it carries weight, and it carries a manifestation that is already unfolding behind the veil. This is not about chasing miracles. It is about standing still and allowing the miracle to find you right where you are. When God speaks a word, He speaks from eternity. That means the moment He said it, it was already finished. The wealth was released, the windows of heaven opened, the favor began to move. All that's required from you now is to remain in the place of faith long enough for the physical realm to catch up with what has already happened in the spirit. You are not late. You are not overlooked. You are not forgotten. You are favored. You are chosen. You are covered by the presence of the Most High, and His hand is not only on your life, it's on every detail surrounding the blessing He's sending your way. He knows the timing. He knows the right door. He knows the exact amount. He knows how to protect what He provides. He knows how to preserve your peace while He multiplies your portion. There's a rhythm to how God releases blessings, and right now, you are being drawn into that rhythm. This is why you've been feeling the stirring. This is why things are beginning to feel different in your spirit. You may not have the full picture yet, but your heart can sense that something is shifting, and that's because it is. You are standing in a divine moment, and the instruction is still the same. Listen. Stay. Do not rush away. If this is awakening something in you, and you feel the confirmation deep in your spirit, comment 1515 to come into agreement with what God is doing. Could this 7-second CIA brainwave trick be your fastest path to luxury? Leaked research reveals a simple ritual helping people attract wealth effortlessly. Proven by 4 neuroscience labs, debt is dissolving and abundance is showing up fast. If you're seeing this now, you are God's chosen one. Click the link in the comments before it disappears. God never speaks in vain. He doesn't say things just to fill silence. When He declares that you have already been given a lot of money, it means there is something He has already prepared, already assigned to you, and already appointed for this exact moment in your life. And the most beautiful part of this blessing is that it's not just about finances, it's about freedom. The kind of freedom that allows you to live fully, to give freely, and to move without fear or hesitation. This financial shift that's coming is not small. It is not temporary. It is not unstable. It is solid. It is intentional. And it will bring rest to the parts of you that have been tired for far too long. It will bring strength to your home. It will bring laughter back into your atmosphere. It will remind your heart that God never forgets His promises and never leaves His children empty-handed. You are about to experience what it feels like to be sustained by the supernatural. God is not limited by your job, by the economy, or by anything that exists in the natural world. He is not waiting for conditions to be perfect. He is not waiting for you to qualify by the world's standards. He is simply waiting for the fullness of time, and that time is now. The evidence will follow. The breakthrough will become visible. But it starts here, in your listening, in your staying, in your belief. Everything you've walked through has prepared you for this. The way you held on through dark seasons, the way you kept giving even when you felt empty, the way you chose to pray instead of complain, the way you kept your heart soft when life hardened around you. All of it matters. All of it was seen. And all of it is being answered. God's not ignoring your sacrifice. He's responding with reward. The wealth you're about to receive will not just restore what you lost, it will go beyond it. God is the God of more than enough. He doesn't just repay, He increases. He multiplies. He overflows. That is His nature. That is His character. And that is what He is doing in your life. You will look back on this moment and recognize it as the turning point, the moment your atmosphere changed, the moment your spirit aligned with your assignment, the moment the windows opened and didn't close again. This blessing will sustain you. This provision will carry you. And the wisdom God gives you will guard it. There's a new level of clarity coming with this financial breakthrough. You'll begin to see things more clearly. You'll make decisions more confidently. You'll move more intentionally. Because you're not just being blessed, you're being led. The Holy Spirit is guiding you step by step, and as long as you keep listening, you will not miss what's meant for you. He is preparing divine appointments, strategic conversations, new opportunities, favor with people who are positioned to release what you've been praying for. You don't need to force it. Just stay ready. Stay expectant. Keep showing up with a spirit of humility and boldness. That combination unlocks miracles. This is not a moment to back down. This is not a time to second guess. This is the moment to believe with everything in you that God is who He says He is, and He will do exactly what He promised. You've waited long enough. You've prepared long enough. Now is the time for manifestation. The enemy tried to convince you that you were forgotten, that your giving was in vain, that your prayers were unanswered. But the devil is a liar, and the truth of God is louder. The truth says you are the head and not the tail. The truth says you are above and not beneath. The truth says you are blessed in the city and blessed in the field, and the truth right now says you have already been given a lot of money. So take a deep breath. Let that truth settle in your bones. Let it shape your thoughts. Let it form your words. Let it guide your next steps. You are not moving from empty hands, you are moving from overflow. You are not surviving, you are thriving. You are not waiting for permission, you are walking in divine release. This is where you stop striving. This is where you breathe deeply and let your spirit align with what God has spoken. He is not asking you to earn this. He is not asking you to beg. He is asking you to listen, to stay, and to receive. You are not being tested with delay. You are being trusted with timing. And this timing is sacred. Everything that's about to unfold has been written into your life by the hand of God Himself. There's a reason the opposition grew louder just before now. There's a reason discouragement tried to find its way into your heart. It's because you were closer than you knew. The breakthrough wasn't far off, it was already near, already surrounding you, already pressing into your reality. And now, it begins to appear. Not as something you need to chase, but as something you simply open your heart to receive.